Going forward, I mean, this is clearly a crazy time in college athletics with the explosion of the NIL, the explosion of money, the lawsuits, all those things. Was this the right time, you think, for Texas and Oklahoma to join the SEC? It costs a lot to play in the SEC, but it probably would cost more not to play in the SEC. You think they're coming in at the right time, considering the landscape that's around us?
I do, because I don't think we knew 3 years ago exactly what was coming down the pike. But I think had OU stayed in the Big 12, it would have been slipping toward being obsolete. I just don't think I think right now we have two leagues that are superpowers, and the rest are just in quicksand. And I mean, is anyone even aware of what's going on in the Big 12 right now with all the new schools? I mean, if you put a gun to my head, I might slip up and not get all of them right, because it just doesn't matter. The Big Ten matters, the SEC matters, and that's predicated not on perception but on the television contracts, and the fact that those two commissioners and those two leagues really control the sport, control the playoff, and if you're not being shown on one of those two platforms, you're really not being seen very well.
Do you think we're particularly in football, are we almost into a three-tier system? For so long, we've had a two-tier: the Power Five, the Power Six, now really the Power Four, and then the mid-majors, that we call the Group of Five. It seems like now all of a sudden there's three tiers, because clearly the ACC and the Big 12 are above the mid-majors, both in resources, but in stature and profile, all those things. But there's also a massive gulf between the SEC, Big 10, and the Big 12 ACC. Are we into like a three-tier concept, do you think?
I think so, and even though I'm getting used to now, I'm flying to Texas in a couple of days and flying back from Oklahoma. I'm learning the distances going to Dallas. I mean, it's a little more than from flying from Birmingham to Atlanta, but it's still better than what some of those other leagues are dealing with. I mean, the ACC, the idea that Stanford is going to Boston College for a game. I mean, it's absurd. And that's in football. I mean, try some of the other sports. So I think that's where we are. I think at some point the college thing will turn over again, but it's been more than 10 years since really the Power Five took over almost everything from the NCAA anyway. I mean, the NCAA president basically gets paid a couple $1 million a year to put on a Brooks Brothers suit and flap his gums a couple of times a year, but nobody really cares what he says.